Hey everyone, this is my review for the Glarry Burning Fire Bass. This is their new 2021 model that comes with humbucking pickups as opposed to their older models which comes with a PJ configuration. And this actually comes as a bass starter pack, so it comes with an amp, a strap, a cord, and a case. So let's go ahead and see how this bass sounds. So before going into the review, I just want to say that Glarry did send me this bass, so huge shout out to Glarry. They didn't specify what I need to say in this review, so I'm going to be giving you guys my honest thoughts on this bass. So ever since returning my Epiphone Embassy bass, I've been wanting a passive bass with humbucking pickups. I'm just not a fan of active basses. I guess it has to do with just the active EQ. I just never find myself changing the EQ on my bass. I always change it on my Sansamp or my amp. Anyways, I've been really just searching for that modern rock, more metal tones, and this bass really serves that purpose. So my favorite features for this bass are definitely first the humbuckers. They sound fantastic, pretty much what I've been looking for, you know, like a really aggressive tone, and they sound great considering the price. They sound great with distortion and with fuzz. It's just something I can't always get out of, like my P bass, for example. There's just something about humbuckers and distortion that just works so well. They also have a lot of finishes, which is nice about this bass. There's 5 to choose from. Out of all the finishes, I personally like the sunburst. I think it looks great. I hope in the future they just stick with the sunburst option, maybe do like a silver burst or like a green or a blue burst. I think that would be really cool. And then 2 of the other features that I really like, the bass is super lightweight. It's probably my lightest bass that I own. And then it also has 24 frets, which I don't have on any of my basses, and I love the dotted inlay. It's different than my traditional dotted inlay look, but I really like how it comes together on this bass. All right, let's talk about some of the cons of this bass. The first thing is the C-shaped neck. I know some people do like C-shaped neck. I personally don't like a bass that thick, considering this is for beginners, and this is supposed to be a metal bass where you're supposed to shred. The C-shaped neck kind of slows you down, so it'd be really cool to see a much thinner neck on this bass. Another issue I have with this bass is the neck dive. Because the bass body is so light and the neck is a thick C-shaped neck, there's actually a lot of neck dive, but on basses with this kind of shape, I'm used to having neck dive on them. I wore a Thunderbird for several years and that thing had crazy neck dive. And the last con I noticed on this bass is the fretwork. I usually don't notice bad fretwork. The 8th fret, when I play the E string, it's always buzzing, and I found it's because just the 8th fret is so much higher than the 9th fret, so I do have to trim that down a little bit. But other than that, I mean, considering you're getting this, an amp, strap, and cord, everything for $170, it's really hard to complain. I really like the sound of the pickups. I just wish that the neck was a little bit thinner. Okay, so here is the amp that came with the Glarry bass. It's 20 watts, it has treble, mid, bass, and presence, oh, and volume, of course. I've been wanting a small bass amp. It's really not that loud. You can't play with bands with this or anything, but I just don't have a small bass amp lying around on the side, so this is a great little package to have, and it takes up no room at all. Okay, so here's the case. Nothing special. It doesn't have a strap for the back, but it has a strap for the handle. Works fine for holding the bass, and it has a pocket. And then it also came with this strap, which is not the best quality, but it definitely works, and it's nice to have another guitar strap around. And it also came with a 10-foot cable. It's right angle, which is nice. It's a little bit thin, nothing too fancy, but for a bass starter kit, you need a cable. So I would say this starter pack is definitely worth the money. When I started playing in 2005, I got a P-Bass starter pack with about the same price. That same starter pack goes for about $300 now, so it's nice to see that people can still get the same quality instruments for about $160. Now, like I said earlier, you can really get some great rock tones out of this bass, and it sounds fantastic with distortion. The only thing though is the C-shaped neck really hinders your playing. Like I said earlier, if you are looking for a rock tone or pickups that sound great with distortion, this is your bass. As long as you can overlook the C-shaped neck, because that does hinder your ability to shred on it, I would definitely recommend this bass for you. And I think the finish looks gorgeous. I'm usually not a sunburst guy, but I think it really looks good. So thanks for listening to my review, and thanks again for Glarry for sending me this fantastic instrument.